Hey everyone, Strike here coming at you with a review I haven't done in a very long time. I have not done an action figure review in forever. But today I'm going to be taking a look at the new DC Collectibles Arrow figure based on the show Arrow. And I wanted to get this figure I've pre-ordered it since it came out, or was revealed. For some reason, I have no clue why, as you can see on the back here, he's number 4 out of all the other 3. Which explains why the other 3 came out before him. And even Deadshot came out before him. I saw Deadshot the other day at a comic book store. And I was just kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool, I guess. But then I'm like, where's Arrow? Why isn't Arrow out yet? I've seen all of these figures, I think except for the Oliver Queen figure, in store before I saw this one. And, you know, I picked this one up. This is the only one I pre-ordered, the only one I'm probably going to get. There's a picture of Oliver Queen himself right there, and there's the figure itself. Now let's just get this thing opened up and check it out. Now here he is, out of the packaging, Arrow himself. Very awesome figure. I will say right off the bat, the articulation is the best articulation I've had of any DC Collectibles figure I've ever owned in my action figure collecting history. Probably one of my new favorite action figures, definitely, for sure. This thing is amazing. The articulation is awesome. The accessories are just spot on. I absolutely am loving this Arrow figure. Now, before I get into any of the articulation, I will like to show you that, as you can see right here, he's got an arrow that can stick right in between his index and middle finger. And he's going to fall over because I don't have a tripod. Dang it. Anyway, there's that. Put that guy up there. Most of them, you do get another single arrow, so you get 2 single arrows, and then you get a set of basically the rest of them. They're all just kind of clumped together so that they are, they can be in the quiver, basically. And that is their sole purpose, to just kind of sit in the quiver and be arrows. But you do get another single arrow that you can also shove in there. You cannot shove all of them in there at once. I tried. The last arrow just does not go in. I mean, you could try and muster. It's just going to be sticking out way too far. And it's not going to look as good. So it either goes in his hand, or it goes in someone, or around someone's environment. Because, he shot it. Now, of course, Arrow wouldn't be the Arrow without his bow. Now, the bow is an awesome accessory. It's pretty big from what I, thought it would have been. And it is a pain in the butt to get in his hand. Trust me. You got to take... if I can even get this to... I don't even think I will be able to. If I can pose his hand just right... and then hold the bow like that, and then get his arrow, and I'm just gonna kind of like, dang it, I don't know, I can't really do anything with it. There is a string that kind of draws back a lot more than I thought it would have. Oh, whoa, 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 awesome. It looks like he's... Oh, shoot. That looks awesome. It looks kind of like he's actually drawing it back. Can I move his head? Awesome. It looks like he's actually trying to, like, shoot it. I mean, it's kind of a pathetic drawback because his hand's supposed to be up by his face and stuff. But anyway, that is pretty cool. The string does retract back. I am not going to be moving it a whole lot because it does look like... Yeah, that does look like it could snap back and break off. Now there is some sort of like paint that just chipped off in the fingers there. I don't know if you guys can see that. No, you probably can't. It's not showing up on camera. But it looks like there's some sort of white paint in his hand now from the arrow being pulled out and removed and stuff. Now, if I can get the bow out of his hands, I can show you. Oh, Jesus. I am just dropping this guy all over the place. Now, move his accessories out of the way. I'll show you guys the articulation. The articulation is pretty awesome for a DC Collectibles figure, like I've already mentioned. His hood is like a rubbery hood, like a rubbery plastic type thing going on. His head does move inside of it, as you've seen. And in this version of the figure, he does have his mask, which is really, really nice. I love the detail on it. It looks amazing, just like he does in the show. Then of course, he's got his upper waist, which is, I believe, is on a ball joint because it moves around and stuff. His shoulders are on a hinge joint, kind of. Not a very movable one, which kind of sucks because you can't really have him, like, really, like, hold his bow. I mean, you could probably have him be like this. You're probably not going to get him in any realistic bow, like, pullback poses, which kind of sucks. His quiver is on the back. His quiver is rubber. It is attached to his body. The whole quiver, like, strap is on it. I think it might be connected, and yeah, it looks like it's glued on in certain places, but it is made out of rubber entirely. For the rest of its arm, sorry about that band-aid, it's falling off. For the rest of the arm, he does have a hinge joint in the elbows, both of them, and of course it rotates at like the top of it. As you can see on his left arm, he's got his little mini dart arrow things. I forget what these things are called. They're just kind of serve a purpose. Now the hands, I really like. The hands are like on a straight up like ball joint, kind of, not really. I mean, they got a hinge and they rotate, which is really, really nice. The hands are probably some of the best I think DC Collectibles has ever done. I don't know if any of the other, I don't know how many figures they've been doing with hands like these lately, but I haven't really had more than the Arkham City figures and some of the Asylum ones, but those are so old that I don't think they would have had these back then. Then, of course, he's got his little pocket quiver thing with more tiny arrows, which is cool. I don't know why he's got so many tiny arrows, but oh well. And then his legs, of course. I don't know if he's got hip rotation aside from that. Nope, mid-body swivel. He's got like this weird, he's got the weird like DC leg articulation. I never understood this from like all the DC Universe collectible figures. And then he's got like a bend at the knee, a rotation at the knee, and then he's got a rotation at the boot. Then he's got like a swivel on the foot. I don't know if it's a double swivel. It doesn't really feel like it. But that is the Arrow figure. Now, this guy is about $25. Comic book shops. I had to pre-order mine online. Yeah, he is an amazing figure. I recommend him to any Arrow fans. I know I'm a huge fan of the show, and it's actually my favorite show right now. And this is his later version of the costume. The original Arrow action figure was from a 2-pack that came with Slade Wilson from Leon Yu, the island that he was on, and that 2-pack goes for like a lot of money for some reason. I don't know if it was like an exclusive or something, but it's going for a lot of money. And Arrow in that set is more from like the season 1 appearance, where he's got like the makeup instead of the mask, and his bow is like Yao Fei's bow from the show. If you've seen the show, you know who that is. And then this is like the super compound bow thing they give him later in the show, which is really, really awesome, and I love it. But yeah, that is going to be it for this review. I haven't done an action figure review in forever, but expect to see a few more coming soon. I have other action figures pre-ordered, and I just totally screwed this up. Hold on a second, I gotta take this off now. I have some other figures pre-ordered that are coming my way soon, and I should be able to review them. I don't know why I wouldn't be able to review them. Can I get this stupid thing back on his hand? Anyway, I'm just gonna leave it there. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this review, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later, taters.